Your favorite content creators are so good on camera. But have you ever wondered what's going on inside the minds of people like me who call YouTube home and a workplace? Considering the amount of time that we need for ideation or deadlines to meet the video publishing and following the current content trend, it's probably one of the most toxic jobs in the whole world just to develop one single video. So on today's episode of Snap, I want to put a spotlight on what's going on inside the mind of creators like me. So to keep up with the current wave of trends, our minds as content creators are actually constantly searching for what's new and in. And it can't stay silent at times, that even as I'm about to sleep, my mind would suddenly wake up and it would remind me of things that I saw on the Instagram Explore page or on TikTok, that with the thought of how could I personalize it and make it my own narrative, or how can I recreate it to be my own. You know, there are really many things that bombard a creative mind, and it can't be, you've just got to pay attention to your mind. So the second thing is actually close to heart. You know, most people would say that content creators are people pleasers. Well, that could be true because that is part of our job. It's like you can't be a beauty product endorser without having a pretty face. I'm sorry, that's the reality of society. But that level of people pleasing isn't a toxic one. You know, I'd like to put it as more of having a persona on camera rather than simply a people pleaser. Because if I don't put on that energetic persona on camera, it would be dramatically boring here. Just imagine that. And you'll just click away. However, other people are really nitty-gritty about people on camera online. It's like we're being packaged in a certain way that is not even in our on-cam persona. I think people's perception of content creators are either too high or too low, that sometimes it just doesn't make sense. And that's why we tend to overthink. What we did was either too much or too little. You know, we want people to be satisfied by what we deliver to you online. We want to be accepted as we are as well. And yet the online world demands more than our real self. And yet if we go overboard, it's also our problem. So where do we place ourselves? I am constantly worried about support. You know, when we lose one or two followers or subscribers on our platforms, the anxiety really kicks in. Being a small channel right now really emphasizes the gravity of gaining and losing followers, simply because you see the numbers go up and mostly they go down most of the time. Of course, you would want more people on board because you want to create that certain community, because besides the possible monetary implications of having more subscribers, you feel validation in the work that you do, and add to that you have your new community and friends of like-minded people. That is actually very rare to find. And yeah, talking about validation, coming from a work background that has a certain environment of company politics, which plays a big role in everyday work life, I tell you. You know, most of the time you're pushed to the sides, even if you're the one who put 101% effort in a certain task or project. So we're talking about the numbers game here. And though that shouldn't be the central focus of every creator, it slowly creeps in once in a while, and you should be good at managing those thoughts. Yeah, discouragement from other people. You know, I guess all I can say is welcome to Asia, where most people who are creative are often looked down upon or either invalidated as well. Now, here you won't get that much support. You'll even get more discouragement from other people that's closest to you. You'll hear statements like, what kind of job is that? A content creator, what's that? Is that planning for security in the future? And most of the time, friends and family won't talk to you. I've experienced being insignificant in most gatherings because of the career path that I've chosen. So I've graduated marketing management, but my main focus and field of expertise was on creatives. Most people will say na my son's a doctor, my daughter's an accountant. That's good. But when it comes to people who've chosen professions like being in ads, in creatives, in music production, people often frown upon those kinds of professions. And it's sad and it's hurting because being doctors and accountants are not the only professions that we have in this world. We have people who like arts, people who like sports, people who are into music, and people who, like us, like to be creative or content creators. So what's wrong with choosing this path? Sometimes I can't stop to think, why does encouragement and support have to be tied up with a certain level of fame and prestige? Like there's no first place or second place, there's only one certain level of fame and prestige. And it's also saddening that we can't be there for other people who have chosen this profession when they're down, when they're lost, and when they're trying to put up their business or their YouTube career. But people become suddenly supportive of you when you become famous and you become well known in the industry, and that's very, very funny to see, actually. So if you know someone who is a current content creator and they're starting out and they're venturing into this media and production business, I tell you, be there for them, support the things that they create, either video or art, whatever it may be, support them. They need your encouragement now more than ever. After multiple unsuccessful tries in corporate, which I must put a disclaimer first that it's not my problem, it's not my fault why I'm not in corporate. Like, I've tried multiple times, I stayed, but it really felt that I'm not fit for that kind of job. Though I tried to rewrite my resume and submit it to multiple companies, no one's picking it up. So it's really just the circumstances not allowing it to be. I've come to YouTube last year with a massive fear. Mainly a fear of being on camera, but massively the fear of failing again. Simply put, YouTube is currently my last straw. I can't emphasize why or how, but currently, I see it as my last straw. What I'm doing right now, I'd like to make it work for me and my team, and I want it to be greatly successful for all of us. I'm banking on and believing in our dream mixed with our efforts that it will come to fruition one day. That's why we're working our asses off day in and day out to write content, experiment with new concepts of programs, develop our shows, develop our scripts, so that we can publish it to you guys and watch it and be entertained. I guess when you failed multiple times in life, you lose your overall inspiration. You go to autopilot survival mode. Your inner self begins to fade away into the shame and the guilt that's building up on you. And you wish that things could have turned out differently. It's tiring because you were on the same path and speed as everyone else before. But external forces, for some reason, don't favor you. It tried to bring you down and it succeeded. And now you're all alone, fighting your own battles for a better life, and you've come to this platform to create your videos and share your story to other people. Basically, YouTube is storytelling. And I know people that YouTube is actually also their last straw in life. Some people that I know, they are either terminally ill and they want to document their life before they go on. Some, they also lose their jobs in the pandemic and YouTube was their last straw. So there are many stories in YouTube. Though we put on our on-cam persona as happy, jolly, there are many things being considered behind the camera. Not just the writing, not just the editing of the videos, but I think it's also how we can make this successful, how we can make this sustainable, and how we can make this into the dream that we want it to be. Not just because we want to survive, but because we want to find validation on what we feel and what we see in the future that we have. You want to fight the shame and the guilt that you've felt when you've failed multiple times, and how you wish that this time it would be a success. You just don't want to fail anymore. That's why you keep believing in your dream. As mentioned in our previous episodes, being a content creator is an exciting job. A whole world of possibilities await you. But at the end of the day, it's still a job. You need to take care of your channel, you need to take care of your staff, you need to take care of your personal health. And comes with that job is the full exertion of effort to be your best every day. You need to have that strong heart to go through everything here in this digital space. But hold on, my friend, I know what we've just talked about suddenly became so heavy or partially dark, but keep on working on it. You'll see the light of day, I promise you. And if it doesn't work, circumstances will give you new inspiration what to do next. But as we know, all the hard work being done right now, however small or big it is, compounded by time, it will result into something good in the future. If you or you know someone who is a starting creator in this digital home that we call YouTube, actually go and tell them your appreciation for being brave to face a camera and tell their story to other people. Appreciate them and give them your full unwavering support. Be the foundation that's there for them as they begin this journey on YouTube, and don't get tired of believing in them.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartache. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Have faith in your dreams that someday a rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, a dream that you wish will come true. A dream that you wish will